Hello and welcome. Hello, good morning. I just felt like running. So, are you in third person view? I was. Third person view does exist, it's just not a standard thing. Hey, let me, I just realized that my tactical cylinder is absolutely non-existent, so let me go grab one from the old fridge here real fast. A little Cleopatra for you. BRB, just real fast. Sorry. Hello, boys. Yeah, I like the song. I'm a fan. Wait for the drop. Okay, so we are on Horse Watch. So here's the thing. Still no official word from them. We might hear something today, if it happens this week, or on a Thursday. Typically, they could still do it at any time, but you know, fingers crossed. We're in the second week now of July, so we're kind of hoping. If not, it's probably going to be the 3rd or 4th. But we do know it's going to be July. So I'm excited beyond belief for this. I think you guys are too, because transportation, boys, right? We don't have helicopters. We've got audio that breaks whenever you use boats right now. We need it. We need it bad. How's the audio levels? We peaking? We good? What's up, boys? He says we need horses so bad. We really do. He says, what's your opinion on bananas? Love them. Eat them in one shot. What? Bananas are delicious, dude. It's up there with like strawberries and watermelon, dog. And then when you mix them together, ooh, baby. Okay, so yeah, saddles. We got all kinds of crazy stuff happening here, dude. I'm pumped beyond belief. And did anybody else notice? I know I've been saying this, but we're gonna get the mission givers too. Yeah. Does that mean we're getting mission givers everywhere else, or just at the ranch? What's up with that, boys? What's up with that? That's awesome, right? Mission givers at the ranch will be a thing. I think we have 2 of them. Let me go look. Yeah, here's one. He's like, hey. Yeah, 2 mission givers on the ranch. Here's one. Let me go zip over here. And here's the other one. These guys will give you all kinds of beginner stuff. You do these small quests, and you can get things like a metal hatchet, a metal pick. I'm not really sure which ones these give, but it just kind of depends. It's probably horse stuff or like a compound bow would be my guess, but still pretty nice, right? Pretty nice. So what's up, guys? What's burning in the back of your mind or in the forefront of your mind? So I figure we'll be doing stuff that's horse related. We're doing a little bit of electronics on the build, messing around a little bit with that. But I kind of wanted to step through this because I was sitting there going, man, like the next update is gonna be horses on PTB, and like I cannot wait, dude. That's all we're gonna do. You know that, right? That's it. This is missions. I know, right? Here, I'll do one right now so you guys can see what we're talking about. Here's an example of some of the missions we could very well get for Rust Console. Okay, here we go. Howdy! I say, yeah? It says, what would you like to attempt? Ooh, a boar hunt? I really like boars. Will you do me a favor and kill one? I'll pay you 100 scrap for it. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try the other one. Dude, easy scrap. Dude, you just do this and you get yourself a jackhammer pretty much. You walk back to the outpost and you'll have enough for a jackhammer. Oh my. He says, I have some missions. Okay, this one is deer hunt. Deers are simply the worst. If you kill 3 deer, I will reward you 100 scrap. What do you say? What was the last one? A treasure hunt? Says, I wonder if you can send a horse to the moon. So I know if you can find some hidden treasure, but the location will cost you 25 scrap. I promise it'll be worth it, though. This guy. He's jipping us. Says, what about people that use Zens? Don't like it. I'm back in this guy's shop, just smelling the back of his... He's like, what? What's up? He says, mission says, by the way, let me thank everybody coming in here. We have that Minecraft kid. We've got Daniel. Full Metal was in here first. What's up? Is it Kitchen? Mateo? Sean? Hello? Welcome? Gentlemen? Jarrett? Says, how long do you think it'll take for it to come to the actual game? Probably about 2 months. Since we've been doing this on a console ever since it came out, it typically takes 2 to 3 months for the whole process, and about 4 months in between major updates. So we typically get, what, 3 updates a year? Is that right? About. Now, if they increase that this year, I'm all for it. But we do also know that this year we're going to get custom servers if they don't delay it again. Now, there's no sign of that. They've officially come out and said that it's going to be this year. So, very excited. Very, very. Nick says, yeah. Yeah. He gets it. He gets it. So is it infinite, or can you just farm boars all day to get 100 scrap? I think they're one-timers. and you get a horse. Just like that. Is that crazy? And here's a little tip. You ready for this? It's gonna blow your mind. If we go to food, remember our good friend Pickles? Guess who likes pickles? This guy. Look at that. Pickles. Just throw him down in front of him. He likes it. Look at that stam go up, dude. Stam increase. And we're inside of a safe zone, so you can kind of just charge up a little bit. Here's another technique that I think we're all going to need to know, and I'll give you a little heads up here. So if you're outside and you're in combat or you need to dismount, the best thing you can do is hook the horse left or right and jump, and you can see that he will keep running, but he kind of stays in the spot instead of just running completely off in the middle of nowhere. So if you hold left or right after you dismount, it's really going to give you like, he's going to stay in your proximity. So you can, like, you know, if you smoke some grub, then you can come over here and be like, see you later. Telling you, dude, tactics. And I can't wait to double saddle with the boys, and all we're going to do is run around. I'm going to have Bob on the back using the compound bow, and that's all we're going to do. See what I mean when you let go? He just flies out in the middle of nowhere. Excellent. It's like way out there. It says, is the new update out? No, not yet. Still no official word, but we are on watch. They kind of do this. This is typically how they do things, right? So they kind of give us like a general, and we're kind of just waiting. And they usually drop it on a Tuesday or a Thursday. And they kind of do it like the day before, or sometimes the day of, but it's mostly the day before. So Tuesdays are usually a good announce day, and so we're like Wednesdays and Thursdays. So typically we don't see these things on a Friday, but it's not out of the question. This is PTP, not main branch. So you want to feel real sad for a second? We'll turn this on. Like, why would we do that? But we know it's happening this month on PTB, so we're excited. I mean, since we're almost, well, are we like a third of the way through the month now? I think it's time to start getting pumped. I know I am. I'm ramping up the excitement now. Now, here's a question, guys. If we got an air transport, let's say, because I know it's going to take them a minute to finish up the minis and stuff, right? Because we have core systems in the population, which is totally fine. I think this is more doable. What do you guys? How do you guys feel about the hot air balloon? Good, bad, otherwise? I'll be honest with you. I still have no idea how to fly this thing. Not a clue. Like, I think I know, and then I don't. But it would be nice, right? What do you think about it? Good, bad, otherwise? So I know we've got just a little bit of time this morning. So I know yesterday we did some D4, but I was like, you know what? Since I fell asleep like an idiot yesterday, I was like, okay, well, let's do some Rusty Rust. The 27th. Yeah, the new monthly wipe is on the 27th. Yes, yes, yes. I think that we should have the large branch as well. I don't know if it's on my map. Oh, there it is. Let's go over the large barn then, boys. Shall we take pictures as well? Make sure I'm catch up on chat. The horse drive. Smash the like. Says when's the new monthly? Yeah, softies are on the 27th. Got a video out there. Okay. So this is the small ranch. In all of its splendor. Let me just throw 100 of these off to the side. It still feels awful to do that. Let's go to the large barn. Large barn. Would be nice if we had some waypoints we could put down. So I'd rather the hot air balloon than nothing. True. True. I'm with you on that. Although, here's the thing. If that's the only transportation we had, that we had like horses and a hot air balloon, I think we'd manage, right? Like, we'd figure it out. It's something I would start to use a lot. But honestly, when you have a mini, it's like, and you see a balloon on the ground, you're like, I'm good. And you just get one of these and you're like, see you later. Yeah, I do talk about the wipes every week. Just because I know it's always been an ongoing question on PC. It's still a question on console, which is fine. I get it. Because it can be confusing. Especially when community servers come out, it's going to be even more confusing. Whoop. Perfect landing, as always. Yeah, but here's the other thing, too, guys. What do you think about, like, we have the roads, we have the electricity. I think another candidate is honestly vehicles. I really think that. Because here's the thing. We didn't get all of these guys. Oops, there's a horse right there. We didn't get all these new updated crash sites until we already had cars. And the road system is now in, which was also built for cars, modular vehicles, right? And then they do spawn on the side of the road, right? I used an admin command to fix them, but still, like, we have everything in place. So I think if they can find the performance, I think this is definitely a candidate. This is probably more of a candidate than, or I should say, before minis, I would say, right? No? Yes? Start keeping the pickles. Yes, dude. The horses love the pickles. I know it's a 50-50 for us when you roll the dice and try to eat some pickles, but you know what I mean? So I'm praying for vehicles by the end of the year. Yeah, well, in 24, yeah. Well, here's the thing. If they sneak in another update, and there's no indication of this so far, I'm just saying this is me just talking, I would thoroughly enjoy that. But to be fair, if we finish out the year with a stable game for everybody, we have vehicles and customs, I think we're in a good place. And then they announce something like if they give us a good idea of what the next year is going to bring, like if we have vehicles or minis or some other big monument that we all want, that would be nice, right? Like I would feel like 23 ended on a good note, because then we can fill the gaps with all this custom server stuff, right? Like we'll be running bi-weeklies, dude, and we'll be banning people that run Zims or whatever they're called, right? What's up, Mr. Russo? What's up, boy? What's up, baby? So as far as, okay, so excluding, let me ask you this, because they did, sorry, it wasn't me. They did a poll on said, what do you want to see next? So obviously we all want minis, we all want cars. As far as and obviously custom servers, that's a given, right? Like I'm just assuming we all want that because we do pretty much. If as far as monuments are concerned, what do you guys want to see next, or would like to see relatively soon? A monument. What is a monument that stands out in your mind that you would like to have that we don't? Just a thought, you know what I mean? Because I thought it was kind of weird. They're like, hey, you want custom servers? I was like, you already said they're coming, right? It was like, what? What? It was like, don't put that on the list. It should already be happening. It should already be on the to-do list. Yeah, I'm thinking most likely if it follows kind of the release schedule, I think it might be in November. But here's the thing, like, and you've heard me say this many times, but it's true. There's no reason why they would hold back customs. As soon as they're ready, they will ship it. I just think it's taking them a hot second. Yeah, was it kind of a blue ball situation when they announced it when the game came out? We had to wait 2 years? Absolutely. Metaphorical blue balls. Tunnels and underwater labs? Nice, okay. We have underwater labs a lot. Okay. I'm with you on that, because you know what else that brings in? Another vehicle. Honestly, I think we can handle subs. Tunnels? Military tunnels? Okay. Customs is big money option. Yes, they will make money on that. And they should. It's a business. I get it. But since they're taking on the whole operation of, like, the whole interface and whatnot, it does take some time. But, you know, it begs the question, like, well, then why did you announce it 2 years ago? Well, I mean, you've heard me talk about it before. I think, honestly, it was a, they had to have electricity in and electricity became something bigger, and they had to fix that first because that was a dependency. But now that we're clear, we literally have farming and electricity. Those are huge dependencies as far as like server load are concerned, right? Or performance. So that'd be nice. Open builds, we're just going to be messing around and building. We're kind of just talking about stuff. It'd be nice to see zip lines. I'd be kind of down for that. Arctic, okay, nice, okay. That's a good suggestion Josh put out there. So we have tunnels, underwater labs, military tunnels, sorry, underwater labs, and the Arctic military base. And we're assuming, obviously, we all want custom servers because they've already announced it. And obviously we want cars and helicopters. That's a no-brainer. But I'm saying like monuments. Underwater labs would be nice. It would be our true procedural like setup. I would like that a lot. And honestly, I think we could handle it. I think the only major hang-up would be the procedural part, because I don't know the implications of core systems and their ability to render those things in real time, or real time runtime, like when you load up the server, because they are different on every wipe, on every map or seed. They do change. There's like, they're just configured in different ways. You can like chill up here in the middle of the night so you don't get wet. You want more monuments? That would be nice. It'd be nice to, okay, so in my ideal world, they would bring cars in, right? It'd be nice if they sprinkled in hot air balloons with another update, like, I don't know, underwater labs, but they usually go theme, right? So it'd be nice if they sprinkled it in with something else. But to be fair, we have a hybrid version, so we're actually doing pretty well. I like the large barn. It kind of feels like the barn in Fortnite a little bit. The old one? No way? Honestly, I want more monuments to Super Trucker. We got that one, but I'm with you. It says, I've been spamming for them to make deployable ziplines for weeks on Twitter. It would be nice. Although there is a speed component to this. Let me fly up here. So again, this is in the same vein as like horses running fast or even minis. Obviously, pro systems and next gens don't have a problem with this, but we need performance for the core systems. Because if there's a large base and you're ziplining, you don't want it to stagger. But that's not too bad. I went as fast as I could. Ziplines would be tight though. Let's be real, boys. That would be sick. I'd be down. As long as we're getting a major piece of transportation at least once a year, like minis, cars, a zip line. Although a zip line I feel like should be paired with the balloon, don't you think? I would be happy with that, and I would also be happy with 4 updates a year. And I know this is me wishful thinking. And to be honest, this isn't the devs that decide this. It's revenue and it's the suits that decide how often they update. Remember, it's a team of people, and there's a lot of decision makers that actually don't code. I know, it's hard to fathom when you're out here going, I just want minis, dude. What's up, Bob Marley? Says not much, just waking up. How you doing, Jay? Nice, boys, nice. Yeah, since we were lucky enough to have time yesterday, and I have time today, we did a little D4 yesterday, and I was like, you know, we gotta do some Rust since I fell asleep like a chode yesterday. Anybody playing D4? What's your season run? What are you gonna be running real fast? Anybody? I think I'm going sorcerer for sure. Howdy, partner. What do you have for sale? We have the high quality horseshoes. Nice. Honestly, I feel like because we can't wear heavy armor on these anymore, I feel like that meta is pretty much gone, and I don't think we'll have that ever. Like, if you wear any piece of heavy armor, it goes, you're too heavy, and the horse is like, no thanks. It says, when do you think your opinion they'll release helis? I hope it's next year. I hope that's the big one they do. I hope they don't hold it back for later on in the year. I think we need some other really big ticket items to get some wins. Although, let's be honest, boys, the custom servers is going to help a lot for us, like in between the waits. If we still only have 3 updates a year, and you know, like I think customs are going to help alleviate a lot of that. Don't you think? I mean, we'll be running event servers and stuff. Just building a giant arena and then being like, okay, everybody come on in. And then what we could do, here's the thought. We talked about this before, but so we'll have 2 servers. We have like the main bi-weekly server. So like here's the thing. We could run like a PvP arena, like live on stream on another server, okay? And so whoever wins those like brackets, they'll get like a starter kit on the bi-weekly server. You know, so it's like, yes, they'll get a kit, but like they earned it. Do you know what I mean? It won't be anything too game breaking, but it'll be, you know, like they get a nice little boost, you know, you get them started. I think it'd be kind of tight, right? And then it'll be basically televised. We'll be on stream with it, and I think that'd be tight. You know, you've seen us do arenas before on PC. I'm trying to find this guy's back room while we're talking. I was like, I keep getting distracted by everything else. We need bigger maps for heli, I think. Yes and no. To be fair, we got helis when we had 3K maps on PC. PC maps only grew relatively recently in the grand scheme of things. And we did just get saddles not even a year ago. I'm sorry, double saddles less than, you know, a year ago. I think it's even been 6 months. Yeah, that's the other thing too. LGN says, when do you think console will get their first hazmat suits? Yeah, dude, we need those. That would be great. I think the Necromancer skin is a good first start for that because it's the same idea. It's a custom mesh. So like my absolute favorite one, which I don't even think we can pick out of the list anymore. Let me go drop it over here real fast. Sorry, I fly around a lot, so that's all admin stuff. You guys know that by now, right? So I have a limited time this morning, so I'm going to try to stream as long as I can. This is my favorite suit of all time. This is like the best thing ever. Look, I mean, it's the best. So yeah, we need custom hazmat suits, and I think the Necromancer skins for us on console is a good start because it is a custom mesh. You can see this is completely different from the hazmat suit altogether. Has the same stats, but it's very, very different. Would I like a spacesuit? Absolutely. I think this is probably one of the better ones for the PC. I love this one. Not only just like it, I love it. I love it. Oh yeah, so well we'll cover this again. Remind me if I forget, but they did plug a lot of stuff on PC as far as like some of the build types that we've done in the past. So that means we're on a clock for those things to get patched on console. I don't think it'll be for a while, but yeah. So things like the fences, the double fences, no longer work on PC as of like this patch. So we probably have 8 or 12 months before we probably lose it on console. So be advised. 'Cause it's enough time for us to change it, but PC just kind of got it out of nowhere, and I was like, jeez. Oh, Super Trucker says that hazmat skin was leaked on TikTok. Which one? Which one? What was it? Do you have a picture? You want to send it to me? Screen cap it. Send it to Dad. Poor Flavin. I'm just so excited for this, dude. I think this is such a win for us. We need transportation. I feel like boats. A lot of people avoid them because of the sound glitch. Anybody else like that? I know I have been. I still use the water, but like I kind of dread getting in and out of the boat. Right? Like it hurts my feelings. You know what I mean? When your sound cuts out, especially when we're streaming, which is all the time, and it's like you're like, oh man. But some of the best gameplay you can do is on the water. I mean, the freaking cargo ship is OP. True or false? So there is no back room for this guy's little shoppy, is there? I can't get into it. I mean, I can't watch. I'm an admin. I can get back here. That's cool. Okay, so like we can more so get up here, but the other one we can mostly crawl around in. That's cool. And this is a great place to lose people too if they're tailing you. I don't think we can use this, can we? No, okay. Gonna say, I didn't think that was real. I think for me, and this is a big ticket item, but to be fair, all the render stuff here is on the surface. I would love those tunnels with the train cars. I know that's a big ask, but it's so tight, right? And we just keep them underground for now. Because think about it, when you've got all of that stuff, you're not rendering what's on the surface. Here, I'll actually cut through the top of this. I gotta find the tunnel entrance. Oh, there is none. There is none at the barn? No way. Here, we'll go over to the outpost real fast, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I think it's doable for us. They put in the new system to add performance on the PC side, because Unity is still a hog no matter what platform you're on. There it is. But like when we go underground like this, once we're in this area, we're basically under the map, but once you're in here, it's not rendering the top of the map. So like, it's actually less load. There's a lot going on here. Don't get me wrong. It's very complex the way these tunnels work. But it's not that bad, right? Because it's not rendering everything upstairs, because you're never in this part of the map looking around. Or you shouldn't be, right? This always trips me out when you go through the water layer. I don't like it. It's phobias, dude. What's the fear of open water? Is that agoraphobia? Or is that a fear of open spaces? I don't like it. Anyways, so I think it's doable, but I mean, again, that system is very complex. It changes with every map, so that's a lot of work. And since they're baking at each one of these, that's quite a bit of work for them. I think this is less likely. As far as performance, I think it's possible, yes. I would love to see this, though. It absolutely just... It's so good, dude. I mean, there's so many different ways you can play off that, even if you're solo. I'd say it's the preferred way. This is how far do you think it'll be until our first crust rivals for custom drops? I don't know. They haven't really said anything about supporting that. It would be nice if they did. Here's the thing, though. They have a creator program now for Face Punch. So it's either now or later. So at some point, I'll be on there and we'll do drops. And that'll be for the PC side, so at least we'll have that covered. Thalassophobia? Is it? Is that right, or is it? Are you trying to stick the word ass in there? If you are, that's well played. Well played. Some people say helis won't be added because of old gen. That was the case. I don't think that's the case anymore because of our terrain update. Because they basically put it on the survey, and if it was not possible, they never would have put it on there. I think that'll be a pretty big deal. If they can get minis to work, that's gonna be a big thing. And that means we can do most things. Says, yeah, I think cars will be first because they can fix and tweak small things. Yes. Well, we're not up in the air like this. You're rendering so much more up here than you are down on the ground. Don't get me wrong, cars can go fast enough, but you're not rendering absolutely like, you're just seeing more of the terrain up here. So, and if you're tipping and going fast, you know, it's got to load not only the terrain, but it has to load all of the crazy bases in the area with some level of consistency for the core systems, because the last thing you want is to tip forward and a base appears in front of you and you just explode. Or you get shot down by a SAM site, which is more likely. Some people say helis. This is, when do you think the HLM G, the recoil and the gun sound update is coming to console. I think it's probably possible for next year. I think that's one of the low-hanging fruits maybe they'll try to grab for next year. And I'm not saying it's super easy, but I'd say compared to some of the other updates that they're probably scheduling to do. I think some of the stuff on the list is going to be military tunnels, underwater labs, cars, or hot air balloons, and probably the recoil update. Some of those or all of those. Probably 3 of next year is my guess. 3 of those. Those seem like the most basic wins that they can do. And those all seem obtainable. Do I want minis though? Yes. I think minis will take a bit longer, but who knows? Here's the thing though. I think that'll all change once we kind of see like the next big update, because, you know, my opinion on minis changed a lot once we had the new update and we saw it on the survey. I was like, oh man, they're like ready. So who knows? Let's see your AK spray. Prepare for your mind to be blown. It was, I wouldn't ever say it was good. I'd say I got by with the old AK spray and with this one. Wireless. Ooh, would you like me to? So I freeze on old gen when I get into a gunfight. Oof. Let me ask you this. Are you, what's your FOV? And what system are you on, specifically? If you're on PlayStation, you're on a core system. If you're on Xbox, are you on a core system? Are you in a region that is close to where you live? And are you on wired or Wi-Fi? He says, yikes. Oh no, that's enough to get by. But see, I'm so used to, because we've pretty much been playing on consoles since it came out. I'm used to the old recoil. 90 FOV. Try taking it down to 72 and make sure you have head turn on and see if that helps your performance. 90 is a bit high for a core system. You're rendering like a lot of extra stuff the system wasn't really meant to render. I know it sucks, but turn it on 72 or 70 and make sure you have head turn on. See if that doesn't help. I know it's going to be a bit of a change, but you should squeeze out some more performance. I'm not saying it's going to totally fix it, but I think it should help. Oh yeah, the excavator. That's a good one. You're right. And they did make some tweaks to it relatively, well, yeah, we'll call it recent, sure. It was probably 6 months ago, plus or minus. The excavator would be nice, although it is quite a large object and it does move. It does move slowly, so I guess it's possible. And it sits in a giant pit, so it's obstructed. Missile silo is cute, but honestly, I think that should be a couple years down the road. Like, it's not like a make or break monument. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, but it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it, but I think this could definitely be saved for like 2 years from now. I don't know. What do you guys think about that one? Is that crazy for me to say that? You're right about the excavator, dude. Research base would be, the Arctic base, the military base would be a good ad. Underwater labs would be a great ad. I think Junkyard's going to come in with the cars. I think they go hand in hand. I mean, you kind of have to, because this is where the lift sits. What do you think? I don't know. After living through all of the changes on PC, you kind of have a good idea of like what's possible and what's not. Especially if you play on console, you kind of know what what it looks like. Ferry terminals would, yeah, I would want ferry terminals before too. I would want tugboats. But like, I just feel like the missile silo can wait. You know, like it's a cool monument. It's beautiful. It's very well done. It'll be like decent loot for sure. But I don't think it's one of those things they'll add in and you'll be like, oh, it's cool, and then you're like, all right. Like there's other things that are big ticket items. I feel like that are way more important. What do you guys think? That's just my opinion, but I don't know. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's different, or maybe I'm way off base. I don't know. There it is. I'm trying to find the other, trying to find the other ranch, boys. Yeah, ferry terminals would be good, but like the connectivity of those aren't in yet. Let's be fair, though. I don't mean to be a negative Nancy, but that audio glitch on the water needs to be fixed. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's a reoccurring thing. For the player base, it's very annoying. I know it's a very complicated thing that they're trying to get, like, nailed down, but, like, it needs to be fixed before anything else is added in the water. This is the silo is the only monument that doesn't really add anything to the game. Arguably, you could say that about the military tunnels. I like the military tunnels. It's a good monument to run, but I feel like we already have a high tier, and I feel like those could wait until like 2 years. That's just kind of my opinion. I feel like there's so many other big ticket items. Zip lines, cars, minis, right? Sea labs would be awesome, right? Because those are huge. Arctic labs, because then we'll have like the snowmobiles. Like those are going to add, not just like that monument, but adds like other things to it. Don't get me wrong. I like silo. I like military tunnels, but I think those can wait. Right? Like I feel like we need some of the other big ticket items. Like minis, any kind of air transportation is such a big part of this game. I'd say probably minis are the biggest. Like honestly, if they could land minis and get them to work, I think that would solve a lot of problems. Like we could wait on some other stuff. Like we'd be satisfied with minis for quite some time. Says, can I borrow scrap to get on my blueprints? Certainly. Are you on the server? Any word on community servers? We do know it's going to be this year. Here is the video that we have. I don't think customs and horses will be at the same time, although I think the community would love that. You guys notice we have these baskets around too? Some locations. They do spawn here, but I don't think they show up here for us. There's another spot where these are showing up, but there's no parts inside. And then in the back of the cars that spawn the junk piles, there'll also be a basket in there too. Says, where are the horses? Where? Here's one. Jason Wing says, thanks, man. Love the videos. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Okay, so we'll probably go over and do some open builds here. And then if we have any more ranch or horse questions, we'll address them as we get it. Just want to get a feel for just how nice this will be on the road. Or anywhere else for that matter. This is, yeah, the auto glitch has been happening for too long. Yeah, it's been over a year, right? At least. Let us have explosive arrows. That's all I would do. Grab life. Ooh, a water truck. 2,000 milliliters of water. Just imagine stuffing that for your super grow operations, right? That'll be a nice addition too, but let's be real. The cars will be the best part. I just auto run into this guy. Don't shoot my horse, no. When you, do you think we'll ever get helis? Is that what you meant to say? Yes, I think we will. And remember, next gens have been out for what, 3 years this November? The adoption rate has increased. I don't think it's where they want it to be because the whole pandy-wandy, but the automatic lock would be cool, yeah. And then the burst module that comes with it. Did you know that? Did you know? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So you have an M39. If you put it in there, it becomes like a BR. I want to say, isn't it under components? It is. Okay, without. Oh. It's one click. I think it's nice in this one, but I feel like it's probably more effective in the smaller stuff. I just clicked a tire like an idiot. Maybe even smaller than that. It's not bad on the M29. Because you could just like hose it, but to be real, the strong side of the M29 is the fact that you can spam the trigger pretty fast. And if you have something like, which is still arguably the meta, you can just hose it down. Even on the recoil update, you can still spam it. We can spam it a lot faster on our version because we don't have the recoil update. So if you put this on there, even without the burst module, you just rapid fire. See you later. Oh, I know what I was going to do before we ran over there. Large barn. Mateo says, yeah, baby. Yes. Yeah. I definitely think military tunnels can wait. It would be nice, but I think it can wait. There's just so many other big ticket items we absolutely positively need. Ziplines would be nice. What do you think? We'll kind of have to wait and see like what the update looks like and see if we can find any more like clues and stuff. Like we've been doing in the past. Oh yeah, I still have my timer. Okay, there it goes. It went away. Yeah. There's most likely double saddles came out for PC like 2 months ago. I won't be getting it. Says they said they'll make it. They want to make updates as close to PC edition as possible. If there's any new items, yes. I thought it had been 6 months. Maybe you're right with the 2 months. It's been recent on PC for sure. Yeah, it has been 2 months. You're right. I remember seeing a Stimpy video on it not too long ago. Anthony says play Rust. What? We're playing it right now, dog. What do you mean, dog? We're in it right now. I mean, it'd be nice if we were showcasing this on the console version right now, right? I think we'd all prefer that. Out to the water. By the time I get an M2, I get rated. I'm just solo, going against 8-mans. Are you playing on weekly or are you playing on monthly? If you're kind of solo, I kind of steer people towards weeklies. I know it's a lot faster paced, but you'll see less of the Zergs. You won't get rid of them, but you will, unless you give them a reason, they don't typically go after you because they don't have time. Not saying they're not going to attack you. They most definitely will. This is Rust, but I just think people have a better time with it on weeklies. And to be fair, when we get customs, I think the most popular server is going to be bi-weekly by far, with even some slightly boosted rates. Maybe 2x on a bi-weekly would be hot. I want to see you play real Rust, though. I mean, I'm down. I just don't think I'll have time for the stream to play real Rust. I mean, it's not out of the question later. Monthly. Yeah, try weekly, man. You might have a better time. What you could do now is you can continue your monthly, right? So today's Tuesday, and then when you feel like you're in an okay place on monthly, pop over to a weekly server that you think would be like a good setup, and just start stacking BPs. Put down a small base. Don't get crazy. Just learn as many BPs and run monuments. That way on Thursday, when it wipes, you'll have all of those BPs ready to go. So if you want to know what pandemonium is like, sign in on Thursday after the wipe. It is a blast. As long as you're not leading people back to your base, you'll have a good time. Are buildable trains only in custom servers? Correct. That's not on the standard game. That's for sure. Okay, I just drew a blank for a second. Any good maps? Yeah, just shop around. That's probably the best, because you kind of have to see the population and see what works. Sometimes you pop into a server to take a look and you just get a good start, and so you just kind of take it from there. It just depends what you're looking for. Honestly, I'd say any server that's in your region is probably good because you'll have better ping if you've got connectivity issues or performance issues. It's a barn. What's up, Pencil? It's been a minute, dude. Afternoon. Or morning. But afternoon for you. What's up, buddy? What do you know? Pencil is a fixture in the channel. He's been around since the beginning. What's up, baby? Says, it's no one's heli. They just take the crates into their base. What? They're still gonna beam me off the crates. Don't take their helis. Oh, you talking about the big groups? Well, if you, I'm all for messing with the big groups. Just don't lead them back to your base. And then honestly, I would say try this. Try a build server. Try what I said earlier, Jason. So keep doing what you're doing on monthly. Take some time though between now and Wednesday, and find a weekly server. Start stacking BPs. So it doesn't matter if you get raided. So keep it small. Practice building the wedge on a build server and use that for your base. And if you come up on a weekly server and you're feeling like you're rich, build another wedge kind of close but not too close. And so you've got coverage. So you have your loot split. You're paying less for rent. So rent, I mean upkeep. And it's just and you'll have constant action. As long as you're staying out of main pathways of Zergs, you should be good. And even if they raid you, come back, seal it back up, and put your stuff back in there. Try to learn as much as you can, because remember, they can raid your base, but they can't raid your mind. I just think it has a lot more weight on a weekly server, because I don't know, monthlies I feel like they get a little stale. I mean, not all of them. I know it's not always like that, but I feel like most people have had that experience. Still grinding it out on Old Ark. Oh, nice. He says, just thought I'd drop by and say hi. What's up, baby? Yeah. Leroy said, before time began. I know, it's been forever, right? And I know our badge things, that's as high as it goes right now until YouTube gives us more slots. Because I guess since we're at the beginning of the program, since you're at the beginning of the channel, it kind of takes them a second to catch up for the next tier of the badges. Because you and Kimmy will definitely have them, so will Grouch. The wedge base, it's just a nice solo duo base. It's very cheap. It's this guy over here. It's actually, I've got this totally upgraded, but it's much smaller than this. You don't have to take it this big, but it's very cheap. It's you keep certain things wood on purpose. It's a bunker terrain base, and it is nasty. I added all this extra part on because you can actually make a horse stable on the back of this. But, yeah, it's nice and compact, dude. The wedge. You can practice it on a build server. We have them just type in build on the search field, and you'll see it. I'm glad I got to play Ark when I did. I got to have a lot of good times in Ark. I wanted to mess a little bit with like a build in the water. We're not gonna let the sound glitch stop us. Well, somebody was talking about ways to trip a turret in the area that you're in, and I was like, ooh, I like that. I don't want to make that a thing. Let's aim it towards the shoreline, and then we'll have like a proximity. Cargo ship is the safe zone. Depends on if you own it or not. Now, I feel like I got to play Ark at its peak. In the beginning and at its peak. Good times. Good times. Okay, so we're just kind of messing around a little bit. Just trying to think of what would be good for our purposes here. Yeah, we'll use a window. No, we use a door. Okay, so we've got the proximity around here. It would be nice if, like, I guess we could just use what we have here, and it's like you can tuck this into another TC if you want to. Doesn't really matter. It'd be nice if we had different ways to detect. I did not mean to do that. This is the only game I play more than Ark is Crust. I mean, I like Ark, I do. The undermeshing sucks, but I do like Ark. So, you know what? Yeah, let's make this more realistic. So out here you might have some TCs. Like for your area. Sometimes, not all the time. This is obviously for a group. I suppose you could do this as a small group. We've done this before. We've done this plenty of times, and we play on like 5 servers at once. If we go a little bit more advanced. So I'm hoping Ark 2 will be much better. I hope so too, for the player base, for sure. Because Ark has so much potential, but I feel like the devs have kind of done the general population dirty a lot. So they really need to do it right to get a lot of the faith back from the players, I think. So you're going to play Ark, Ascend, or Ark 2, he says, when they release it, they still give me a shot. He says, I want to be in the tribe. Oh. I will definitely give it a shot. We will definitely give it a shot. I am playing as Vin Diesel. Family. So the idea here is that we can open these garage doors. This is what I meant by open build. Put out some real solutions that we could do. Obviously, you got to be a bit more paid for this one, but I think this is doable. We'll just use wooden locks here. And again, I want to make sure I got this in the morning. So I know I had limited time to do this, so I was like, you know, let's do some of those builds we were talking about. Because we always cook up some crazy stuff here in the lab. We can use it immediately. We'll put this on the interior. We'll just kind of put it here. Let's get these locked in. So set, lock, set, lock. Okay, so those are controlled by the door controller. Excellent. So it'd be cool if, like, we have HBF sensors, which are cute. But wouldn't it be nice if we had other ways to detect for this one? Like we've got, I don't know, we'll just kind of put it obviously down here. You can hide it better than this, but these are nice. But they're what, 15 meters? 15 meters? It would be nice because your turret can reach a bit further than that. So it'd be nice if we had other ways to detect people, right? Maybe back here. Maybe on this TC. Whatever. Because realistically, you'd have TC cabinets on the exterior, right? It's not out of the question, even if you're a smaller group. It is possible. People do it. If you're putting up turrets, I think area TCs are definitely a possibility. Am I in a build? Oh, I'm in the build zone right here. I think it's because I made that right there. Oopsie. Be nice if you could detect people back here. I don't know if this is the right position or not because we're kind of doing this ad hoc, but put this right here. Plop. So it says, get the tribe back together. Razor, 2-time, Cuddles. This is me and yourself. I think Cuddles gave up on Ark, but I could be wrong. I haven't played with Cuddles in a minute. Last time we played Sea of Thieves, I think. Alright, that should be more than enough for that. Okay, so if we had a little something in here, this was a TC cabinet. Maybe you've got it as a window that's more realistic. You could just add a front piece to this, and then maybe we can add a couple components here to maybe detect some scrubs. Wouldn't be bad. I don't know if we need this much space. That's how much I'm going to put in right now. So it wouldn't be bad if we had some other ways to detect scrubs out here. Honestly, I don't think you'd need this one because I think... No, it might keep you right there. Try it like this. We did this last time. It seemed to work quite well. Can you hide a laser in its foundation like you can in doorways? I think you could. The problem is the laser doesn't go that far. There's many different ways to hide the HBF sensor. We're just kind of setting out like a proof of concept, which I think this is totally doable, but the idea is this is your turret port. And you want a bit more range on it because I feel like the HBF sensor like close to the stack here is like it's good, but like this turret can reach a lot further. It'd be nice if we detected scrubs well beforehand and this thing was ready to go. So it'd be nice if these outer TCs were a detection method, which is doable. We've actually tested this. So if we had a sensor go off, we can have it send a signal back to the main one, which we can set up right here. Put it on its back wall. Be nice if you could turn your TCs into like detection areas. Or if you had like a wall, you could put these on the interior of the wall. Just different ways to trip this turret would be nice, right? I guess we'll just kind of do this. And we'll cheese it and we'll put the creative box down. We'll just supercharge it now. Just no, you do use wind or solar. This is just to speed up our process, yes? Beep. And the maximum input on a medium battery is 200. Just enough. It says, can you add laser? I got that one. I like how somebody says they don't want to play as Vin Diesel. Family. Family. So what we could do is we could have multiple RF broadcasters pick up a signal, technically. Right? From different areas. Well, I guess we'll just add one to start, but these can come from any area TC. I think what we would end up doing is we create some kind of memory cell operation. Is that right? Where we would turn it on? Wait, I can't remember. Okay, so these are like a trip. We need a way to like turn it on and off. The wiring is shameful. I was hoping you didn't see that. This is a good way to turn things on and off, but the problem is this is good for like we can hit it once and then it'll trip and then we can have one that turns on, but we need a way to reset it. That'd be a little tricky. I guess we don't need that. We could just create like a, not a collapsing circuit, but like a way to chain it up so we'd have a bunch of ores. That would work. Basically, when that signal's on, it pushes them all through. Yeah, ores and ants. Ores, 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 and ants. There's 100 armored doors. Pickles, pickles. We could do this now for like a more active circuit. We'll have to figure out the digital version of that where it's like, you know, state 1, state 2. But to be fair, this could all be blah, 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 one signal and then the AND controls the power. What a nerd, right? I love this stuff. So our main power will still come from the battery. We'll put our master switch down, right? You know what I'd like to see at the end of the year, which they haven't really said anything about? Rust Plus, boys. I'd like to see that. I want to be able to create a circuit that automatically shuts off when out of a certain material. Are you talking about in a furnace? What's up, Odin? It says, I'm utilizing industrial PC Rust. It's amazeballs. For those who don't know, the industrial is an automated system in Rust that moves most anything you want. You could have a state. There's a state switch, maybe. Well, you can create a state switch. What specifically is the function you're trying to get? You could get it with timing, if you kind of know what's coming in and out. Burn rates, if you're talking about furnaces. And I'm pretty sure you can create a state condition with the industrial part. There's a lot of like toggle pieces on the top. Now you got me curious. There's a lot of ins and outs in this bad boy. Reverses. Okay, so shut off when it's done. You might have better luck with like the timer if you know wood's going in. You could shut off the furnace by having a sprinkler go off. Or taking the fuel out. Either one. says I'm burning metal fragments and sulfur. 9 have wood and ores feeding into the furnaces automatically. I thought there was a state for... Now I'm curious. Isn't there a way to say when that's passed through? Oh yeah, there you go. Filter fail. Filter pass. There you go. You have one on the back. That might be it. On and off. Power input. Yeah, so maybe when that fails, that's what shuts it off. That's your off state and your on state. So as long as it's filtering actively, that should go on, and then this should go on when it fails. So then you can use that to trigger everything else. See if that works. Well, I mean, after we're done here, I definitely want to go make the circuit over here. It's pretty hot, I'm not gonna lie. Oh geez, it helps if we put a TC on there, doesn't it? I was wondering if we can cram this in here. This might work. Maybe, maybe not. It's pretty abstract, but let's give it a shot. Definitely makes it a pain to load up. It'd be cool if we got the conveyor system and stuff, but honestly I think we need some other big ticket items in our world. Do you think? First, as much as I want those things, and I do. Oh, I do. Says, do I need to use a memory cell or a blocker in the circuit to send the stop signal? As far as I can see, because they've added this, and I knew they would at some point, it looks like when it fails, that's going to turn on. So I think that can be a signal. Now, if it's a pulse or a continuous signal, I don't know. So what I would do is test it with the light, set the conditions for failure, and see if the light continuously goes or if it doesn't. And that's how you'll know if it's a burst or a constant stream of power. So set everything else up, see if you can set up a fail condition, and then set up a blue one for the pass condition, and see how do they alternate, do they not alternate, right? Like, is it a quick flash? I would suspect it's a burst. If that's the case, if it's a burst, then probably a memory cell or a blocker might be a good solution. That's a good question though. You know I like those. Ooh. We'll try to solve that here in a minute. I'm definitely down. I'm curious. He's got you the best. Yeah. Cram it. What's up, Tenchu? Cram it, jam it. Honestly, I've been kind of looking at Star Citizen, but I don't know if it's stable enough for us to play right now. Is Off-Road on here? Was Off-Road playing? Somebody else was playing. Is it Brent? You know when horses will be added? This month, for sure. So I think if we made something like this, we'd have to have some kind of like... It doesn't have to be a lot, but this... I don't know if it's going to look like this. I know this is janky. I'm trying to go quick because I know I don't have a ton of time. I want to make sure we get through some of this. Yeah, so basically it could be this week, could be next week, and I think latest 3 weeks out. But we're definitely looking at it like coming up. Oh, horses. Very excited, sir. Very excited. Honestly, I don't even think you need 2 solar panels. You could get away with 1. Like, this isn't running like a crazy circuit. Okay, we'll keep 2 up there for now because I don't know what I'm doing. It's interesting. We could do this more analog over here, but it would be interesting how to set this up to shut off when there's no detection. I guess we could set up with like a blocker, and when the state comes through, it basically inverts the signal. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe it's a bad idea. We'll leave the back of this off here so we can kind of see what's going on. We'll just add this up with perpity derpities. But I mean, if you're going to protect your base, you'll do stuff like this. This isn't out of the question. Why do I do this smart doors again? This will most likely be some more stuff we'll be doing later tonight. I love building though. It's my favorite. So yeah, if we have, I kind of want to see if we can do it off a crappy battery. I know, and then we don't really need that many solar panels. But it would be nice to know if we could just squeeze it this way first. Because let's be honest, that's a lot of tech trash. You already got enough going from your... Yeah, 2 is overkill for a small battery. I don't think you'd need... Yeah, I think you could do a small battery, to be honest. You could do this. This is kind of dirty. So anybody that gets close out here, that door's going to trip. It's kind of hot, actually. You're hot. What? Shut up. So really, we're just powering the HBF sensor. And I don't think we need much else. Yeah, I think we just need one. I broke them both. Son of a... So north... East? That's pretty good. We gotta see what the drain is on that. Yeah, we could just use one. Save your solar panels. Yeah, so really, we don't even need to do anything crazy with the HBF sensor because it only puts out 1 unit of power, and that's all we need. That's quite literally all we need. You don't even technically need the switch, although it's a good habit to get into. And then we'll say yellow is the signal for detection. So when it detects somebody, it just goes up here to your antenna. And we'll call this one 69691. 69. Oh, it's only 4. I thought it was 5 digits. My bad. We'll just call it 7,000. 7,000. So this will detect. It's a broadcaster. What am I doing? I've got it flip-flopped. Hello. I've got the wrong thing in the wrong place. Okay, good. Only takes 1. I was gonna say if that takes 2, then we're screwed. Horses should be coming this month. It can either be this week or next. The latest would be, what, 3 weeks out? I honestly think it's gonna be mid-ish. this month. At least I hope. Very excited. Can't believe I flip-flopped these like an idiot. Alright, set frequency. 7,000. You know, let's just call it 7,001. We're not counting from 0, are we? No. Yellow's going to be the trigger for this. Let's make sure we have morning light here. This wouldn't be bad, dude. We'd have to think of a way. I bet we could fit it in the cabinet with the TC, right? Like, this isn't super crazy. If you had it elevated, that's not bad either. 7069. Unless I just confused the fact here. Yeah, it's broadcaster, not... Okay, we got it. Yep, we just haven't flip-flopped. That's all. So we have an array of signals coming in. This is where they'll go. We'll start with one. Let's not get crazy, right? I love this stuff. I can't stop, dude. Dude, we're gonna have some dirty stuff for horses too. Like, I'll stick it where I want to. I stick it where I want to. So I can't wait for horses. Samesy Simple says, yo, what up, B? Says, love the videos, man. Keep it up. It says me and the wife are updated on everything 100%. Thanks, man. Thanks, Black. What's up? TTV Saucer 18 says, do you know when horses will be added? Should be this month on testing or staging branch. Sorry, I didn't catch up on chat there. What's up? Yes. Mad excited. Very, very excited. If you didn't see this, we have a very fancy, the wedge is basically the do-all bass. I say you can go up to trios. It's a very tight fit, but you can really do solo duos quite easily. Oh man, your boy can't spell. This is where my solo's at. What's up? Check this out. We'll be showing this on stream later. I mean, we kind of stepped through it very quickly on the last one, but we'll do like a full build on this one. Oh, you got a little stable on the wedge. No problem. You can still use this as a grow operation. Oh, you need this shut? No problem. Boop. Oh, you need to leave real fast? You don't have to worry about these doors. Because it'll close himself. See ya. Now this is fully decked out. Obviously you don't need to make all of this extra stuff on there, but the wood is nice. It keeps people guessing as to what's going on. You still have your mixing table over here. Some of your dirty water being all clean. Perfect. It's hot, man. It's way hot. Then technically you can stick another garage door here so you can create a bit more protection for that backside. Another question, Jade. I just downloaded Rust Plus and I linked it. How do I set up doors open with my phone? So if Rust Plus is downloaded and you linked it, okay. All you got to do is hold the action button on on this guy here and make sure Rust Plus is open on your phone. So you hold the action button. Whoopsie. Is it with the cable? Yeah, with the cable in your hand, and then pair. And it'll show up on your stuff. Dude, it's gonna blow your mind. Like, I know you understand it, but like when you see it, you go, holy crap. And you should really try this. If you really want to blow your mind. You know, it's gonna look weird, but that's okay. It's supposed to. But like, put one of these in your world, because you've already linked up, right? put one of these on and link that, and then look through it on your phone, right? Like, get out of town. Rust Plus would be nice for us. We really kind of need it. I don't know if we'll have the visual part of it. Oh, no, maybe. Because it's all done on the phone. I mean, it sends some of the data back. It's basically all hitboxes, very basic hitboxes that you see on there, but it's enough. It's enough to know if you're getting creeped on. It's like basic boxes and squares and stuff, but who cares, right? It's like enough. That's all you need to see. It's supposed to be low visibility like that. Now, I don't know if they plan on making it more robust. Can you imagine the wedge? You just pop right in the back, dude. Just be like, oh, I need to go to the outpost. Yeah, take the car. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Sick. I like it. All right, this was 7001, correct? Our receiver is going to be 7001. I think we'll just need a branch, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I'm talking loud enough. I'm not too softies. Smart switch. Yeah, smart switch. Smart alarm. The storage monitor does the same thing. Says maybe link Xbox app to Rust similar to Rust Plus. No, it's actually it's different because it's got different functionality, but you can receive real-time information from the game and even turn things on and off when you're not on the game. It's pretty amazing, actually. It says, hi, I know the PC community is toxic. Is the PS5 community also toxic? I just got Rust for PS5. Well, it's Rust. It's an apocalypse simulator, so yes. Here's a good, this will get you started. And then a build guide, and then honestly, this base build will help you the most, and then search, when you're on the server list, search build, and then practice the wedge on a build server. And then that'll give you probably the best start, technique, and like a base to live out of. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to get raided or door camped. You will, but I think it'll help. Or even the saddle if the wedge is too much. All of Rust is toxic, my dude. I mean, yes, this is a PvP apocalypse simulator, so people are brutal. That's how it works. People are incredible. Okay, so I think we'll need this. Alright, we'll take the branch signal, which is $2. Right? We'll have this hit the AND switch. Now this needs to be $3, right? $3, and then the boosted signal takes it the rest of the way. $3? $3. So when the blue signal is on, it should boost the main power. Very good. Should probably make that orange, huh? It'd make more sense. Maybe. So it's an AND switch. And blue and orange are both on. It takes the highest power, which will be orange, and we'll push it to the turret. Which will... let's see, what do we want to open the doors? Yellow. Yellow will open our doors. This has to do 3 things. It has to open one door here, and the other door on the side. and turn on the turret, which will be, I don't know, hot pink. And the output for this will be orange. Okay, so this is turned on, and it detects us out here. The turret should turn on. And it did. And if I get out of range from that sensor, it should shut. And it does. Did you ever figure out how to fix the turret half-wall peaks? I think for PC, as it stands now, if they keep it, I think that's the way they have it designed. That's madness, right? Madness. Now we'd have to hide this a little better. And have some stuff up close to the turret port as well. But you would hope that if somebody were right here trying to hit this, they would just get clocked by the turret. Although we'd probably have to rotate this so this bar isn't obstructing it. Or have this off-center a little bit so the turret can smoke you. So basically, your sensor is being covered by the turret. So you could also do something real sneaky like this too. You could create, this is pretty dirty, but like up in the wedge, like that. So let's say this is your setup here. It could just be sitting up in a piece like this, where the back of it is like blocked, where you've got the front piece, some sort of configuration like this, but like you can still see it from the side. You know what I mean? Like you've just got so many different options you can do with this. Just kind of create a little blinder action. Here's the thing, it could just be that. You don't even need to have it on the stand. But I kind of like this because if anybody touches this, look at the turrets just open right up. So yes, you can send a signal wirelessly. What's up? He says, we should find a low pop server and just take it over for a pseudo custom server and do some type of daily event. We should try it. It does get out of hand rather quickly, and we do have a stalker who might ruin that pretty quickly, but we could try it. We have somebody that's very upset at life, and they're taking it out on us. So I'm fairly certain they'll come in to poop on it because somehow they think we've slighted them, when in fact, they stream sniped us twice, 3 times now. Pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Can you imagine that? Stream sniping somebody and then blaming them for it? Being like, man, I was offline. And they'd be like, what? What? Like, you're stream sniping us. Like, badly. It's like, man, you brought all your chat in with you. I was like, yeah, you stream snipe me and then I bring in my chat. We even it out. That's how it works. You blatantly stream snipe and we bring in the chat. We were trying to keep it legit and play, but you know, if you want to stream snipe, we'll have the chat help us out. You're helping using the stream and I'll help using the stream. It's even. Can you imagine stream sniping and blaming somebody for it? Be like, man, you offline raided me. I'm like, what? What? Is that for real? This is best kind of nuts or pretty nuts. This is LBRB. I have to go to a meeting real quick. Good luck, sir. Tell them at the end of the meeting, may the loot be in your favor. Let's see if they get confused. I like to always throw in gamer stuff in business meetings. Okay, so have you ever had a problem with your turrets not really detecting somebody that far out? You can detect them up close, but if you've got a turret bay door like this one, you'd like to have the doors open well ahead of time. Well, there's a way you can do it from your TC cabinet. You can send a signal directly to your turret port bay. So this one here is actually sending a signal via an HBF sensor over a broadcaster, just using a simple battery, a switch. You don't necessarily need the combiner and a solar panel. And when we stand here, you can see that the turret bay doors open up right here. We can run back to the circuit so you can see what's going on here. Just a basic splitter, not a splitter, I'm sorry. This is a branch, and you've got an AND switch, and then it receives a signal here, and this is what operates the AND switch, opening up the turret bay doors. So anybody that gets close by your tool cupboards, the turret bay doors will open, and they'll have a hard time knocking this out because the turrets will be covering it. Nice. Totally automatic signal that gets sent to your turret port. It's beautiful. You stand in line of this HBF sensor. The door is open. The signal is being sent wirelessly from the broadcaster over to this location. And this determines whether or not the circuit's on. And so this AND switch, once it has both signals, passes the signal up here and then opens up both doors and activates the turret. A wireless turret port detection system? Question mark? Very good. There's something else we're going to do here. Are you talking about the fail circuit that comes in through here? You still cooking it, Mr. Russo? The industrial stuff would be nice, but I think we need some other big ticket items first. What do you think? That stinks. That smells like watermelon and Jimmy Dean biscuits. Anybody? I want a hazmat suit so bad. How's it going? And think about it. You can use this same wireless circuit for protection on your base, but also for trap bases. This HBF sensor sends a wireless signal to your turret port, but you can also set this up inside of your base as well. Or on the exterior, if somebody gets close, you can have this sensor actually trip the trap. And there's no wires that go between these two structures. This is all wirelessly communicated over to the other part of the base. So you can make your trigger for the trap even more unsuspecting by using wireless communication. Says, it's just like 3 of us here, Monkey. It says, give us a hint to your weekly server. Full Metal, you know better than that. Dude, if I gave a hint to the weekly server, you would see just how crazy it got. Plus, us having an active stalker is not going to help. They're going to do everything they can to absolutely ruin it because they're having a bad year. I'm going to say bad life, but I don't want to be so negative, but for whatever reason, they're like, I'm upset, so I'm going to make sure everyone else is just as crummy as I am. I guess the saying "misery loves company" is true. Can't blame a man for trying. Well, I get it. I get it. Basically, when our server gets made, we have to leave, so all progress is just out the window. So the thought of even dropping a hint and ruining our progress does not sound appealing. Are you making breakfast? Okay. I kind of want to test this now that you were talking about it. There's enough people on PC here that I hope care about this. Okay, that's our in. That's our out. Yeah, I probably only have an hour left. Maybe. We'll see. I hope it's longer. I'm on borrowed time. Alright, the cube box to the glowy box. Your box. Alright, so if this works the way we think it does, I think, is it the filter? Splitter. Is it the splitter that has all the extra info? Or is it the conveyor? I think it's the conveyor. Conveyor? Alright, so if the condition fails, we'll have red and green, respectively. Fail condition red. Filter pass green. So filter pass is going to be just regular. I think this is the way it works. I'm assuming. And if we have a source of power back here. I guess we'll just do this. This will be easier. So we can take something like, I don't know, wood out of here. Should we make a switch? Let's make a switch. We might have to keep the condition. Yeah, but I mean, another reason why custom servers are going to be so good. I mean, we'll be able to play with people on the regular, so then if we have toxic people that are having, you know, think the world's against them or whatever, and they're blaming it on other people, we don't have to worry about those people, because we can just remove them from the server immediately, and then we can all have fun, which will be great. I'm looking forward to that the most, actually. We'll say the input is output. Oh, we'll have to do it the other way. So input's on the left. I mean, okay, that makes sense, right? Reading left to right. And then the out is, I don't know, blue? So if this works the way we think it does, if we set the condition here for wood, if it's working correctly, I think it will just take the wood. It'll do it slowly. So I have to turn this on. Ah. It's continuous. That's good. Okay, that's kind of cool. So it's like, it's analog. So as soon as it's done, it'll turn off. It's not a burst. And then as soon as it's done with that, we got you, Mr. Russo. We got you, dog. So if this fails, this should turn off, and then this should turn on. I was going to ask, where's your switch? You're right. Says, I'm hoping in-game names will be changeable when we get customs. I have to appear offline because I have a trio who incited me when I was a Zerg. He says they will do anything they can to bother me. You can always put them on the ban list. No, there's no way to change your name. We're cooking it, Mr. Russo. We're cooking it. You can set up fail conditions and passing conditions with the conveyor. Who knew? So as long as this thing is passing wood, this will stay green. As soon as it fails, that turns red. Very handy. That wasn't in the original conveyor, but it is now. And thanks to Mr. Russo, now we know. What a great feature. I love it. It's nice. That's sick. And then when this is off, none of these are on. So that's cool. This basically has its own switch. What I want to know is how much power is that pulling? I'm pretty sure you can do this off a baby one. You can only really test the charge fully. So with circuit, oops, and pull, this is doing 4. So is that 3 units of power now? Oh, it ups for each one that's out, so this is 1, 2, and 3, I bet. Interesting. So core functionality is 1. Everything else that has an output will be more than that. And it has a pass-through. This is a very fancy block. Can I glitch into a rock the way you used to be able to glitch in and out of bases with a horse? If you can, there's a kill barrier now. So I don't think it'll be that reliable. Not bad. This test branch is going under maintenance, so is it coming this week? It's possible. We still don't have official word from them, but it could be this week or next, and then latest, 3 weeks out? If there's no delays. Knock on wood, I hope there's no delays. Is there a way we can toggle this too? Isn't there a toggle switch? Oh, you know what? Let's try this. Ready? Let's see if this works. Pass through. You could turn it off completely if you wanted to. I think you just pull it out of the back of this. It's interesting, so it didn't actually turn that off yet. Probably because there's no signal coming out of the back. That's why. Interesting. So if we actually took the red signal for off, you could turn it off completely. So as soon as it's done, it shuts itself off. So you turn it on manually. With that test being successful, what component comps I used to give it a burst to switch off? You could filter it through a branch, I'm sorry, blocker, or a memory cell, although you might have to have some reset switches on that one. So when this is done, this will shut off. It's interesting though, it only puts out 1 unit of power. Yeah, as soon as it's done transferring, it actually shut this all off. That's cool. That's cool. We just looped it back to around, that's all. Says you just answered my question. Oh, perfect. But just remember, the signal that comes out of this is only 1. So this will consume 1, and everything else that takes power will add +1 to this. So this actually is consuming 3. But if you take the red line and put it back to turn off, right here, it will shut off the circuit when it's done with the filter. So you can save power that way. And then basically, you put your new stuff in here and turn this on, and then it does its thing. And then it'll shut itself off when you're done. And you can run that off a small battery. And because we have all of these little tiny guys down here, it's actually, is it chewing up 2 units of power now? Oh, even though this is off, it's still eating it. How about that? So you're not really saving power. But you can stop the filter from working. That's interesting. It's still draining. Another reason why switches are the best thing in the world. This will run off that no problem. You can do a lot with these little tiny batteries. That's outstanding. The loop kills the power. It does. Now, if these were reliable, and I don't know if they are, we can test it now real fast, because now I'm curious. There is a kill switch on the switch, but it creates this weird condition where it's not predictable. It's not reliable. Let's see if that's been fixed. Alright, so if it fails, can we have a way to automatically shut this off? This way. Because then that'll stop the power. Look, when this is off, it's no power. Actually, shut it right back off. Hold on. Because it starts in a fail state. Yeah, see what I mean? That's one reason why, but like this off and on part is so not reliable on any switch, and it's been like that for years. Yeah, you can just have it shut off, and I would manually shut off your power if you need to save power. But at least it stops people, or it stops us from sucking stuff out of the crate. Are we getting the industrial update soon? I wish. I haven't heard anything officially, but I'm definitely all for it. Now, somebody had a specific question about filters, so we did it. We were actually messing with this. A remote wireless detection of people. So your turret bay doors will open up when somebody's coming up on your business. You got some leakage there, Jade? Yes. I mean, the electrical system is the industrial system, more or less. These didn't detect me. So let's do one more. So if you had another location that could detect somebody, like right back here. Let's make a broadcaster, shall we? Now this is all stuff we can do. Right? Meow. That was a good industrial question, Mr. Russo. Good stuff. I had to know. Your video said main branch monthly wipes on the 13th. Did you mean that? Did I say that? I said no wipe, right? Now I gotta go check. No, it does not wipe on the 13th. I think I would have got more comments if that was the case. Let me double check. Are you thinking of weeklies? You said no wipe on the 13th. Yes. I think you're thinking of weeklies. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I got you. It's okay. I try to make them different colors too, because I know it can be very confusing. Even people that have been playing the game a long time, it's like, you know, the wipe schedules, it's weird. Like, no other game really does it that frequently. So it can be a little bit confusing, and then you have different types of servers, so I get it. I get it. In case we need more power, we'll stick this here. We'll take the pink side and go from right meow. Okay, I should probably do this in a smaller, compact form, but hey, that's fine. Yeah, you can do this with very cheap batteries too, which is great. This is going to be frequency 7002. I love science. It's the best. I love this stuff. I could do this all day long. There's a couple other really big solutions we haven't solved yet, but I think we might have something here in the very near future. Some people may use it, some people may not, but like the doors open and close for your turrets, like you have them preloaded. Kind of a hot move. What went out to our original piece? Was it green? Green goes out to the circuit. Yellow comes back as hot. Is the communication line. It gets broadcast. The 27th is the wipe according to the last video. Thank you. Cool, that's broadcasting. I guess we could just do like a sloppy split here for now. Sloppy. And we'll just kind of replicate what we did. And we'll create 2 splits. Is that right? So we have to throw an ore in there. So both of these blue signals could be from either side. I know. Let's do it like this. We can control the split. So the main orange piece is going to go off of the unfiltered side to our AND switch, which is basically the power for the circuit, for the turret portion. So whatever's left over, which should be a lot. So we'll do a little bit of math for this. So we'll need one piece of power for this, another unit of power for one of these, and for one of these. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we're looking at 6 total, because we need to multiply it times 2. So 6 total, if I did my math right. We'll see it here in a second. What do we have come out of that side? It should be 7 though. 7, because this is going to eat 1. It's odd, I think. And so what's going to happen is we have hopefully a minimal signal coming through here. And what it's going to do... Did we set this one? 7002? Okay. So these two, either one of these can actually be triggered. So when it gets a signal, it will complete this. It's basically a switch. It's a remote switch is what this is. We have this on the ground here. We'll have it connect. Should we just do a blue one here for the other side? So it's still blue, but not completely blue. And we'll just bring them over. So blue will be, if blue is complete, which I think is the first one by the outside, come up into our OR switch, which means quite literally if A or B, that sounds like math class, are true, it will send a signal off the top. And it should be enough to trip, not trick, the AND switch into activating. So if either of these conditions are true, it will turn on. Maybe we need an XOR. So right now, the orange line is actually active with 41 units of power, ready to turn this on. So the B gate is active, so we're just waiting for a signal from A. And if A is the weakest signal, then it's going to throw the highest signal up. So this technically should only activate as a 1. And so if that condition is true, that's going to turn green and push it forward and out the top. So it's going to take the 41 units of power and push it through. So if, let me change this to pink. There we go, that's better. That should work. So if we're over here, the turret bay door should open. True. Now we'd have to put this on a buffer where it activates and then it shuts itself off on a timer. That's probably going to be the best way to do it. This is how you talk electric, I get so wet. Yeah, we'll have to have this trip a timer because you see how I can kind of exploit it by tripping this side and then walking over here. I get a few hits on this before it opens back up again. But it works. Yeah, this would have to be a timer switch. I think we can fix that now. Right. And really, I don't think we need anything super crazy for this. I change it just a little bit. I love science. Main power is still going to be orange. But this side doesn't really need to be much. As a matter of fact, it could even be so now when this goes through, we'll have this go for, I don't know, X amount of time, something. We'll have it be like 20 seconds. Alright, so that trips. Do I not have enough signal here? Hold on. Oh, this is the AND switch, not an OR. What am I doing? This needs to go up to the top. Well, you can skip this entirely. Yeah, okay. What am I doing? Of course. The OR switch. Let me just skip the AND altogether. Duh. Same idea, but now the timer's going to activate for 20 seconds. Kind of like the anti-roof camp timer. Yes? How come this one's not? Oh, is it because it's nighttime? I see it's not active. That's why. We need to super boost this. It's not getting, we didn't let it charge quick enough. I was like, why is that not working? We're gonna supercharge the battery. Oh my goodness, that's super far away. So that activated the turret port. 20 seconds, it should go back down. And if we go up and over, should shut here. But now, if I get in range of this one, or this one, it'll just open back up again. Or stay open. I think this is where having a state switch is going to be like the better way to go, because then as long as it still has the on signal, it's just not going to send the off. Because the fact that it'll have a burst for a second here, but it's going to go back on, is still, you can still exploit that a bit. Am I still? Yeah, we need an on and off state. Still works though. Most people would be confused by that and get shot anyway. We got it. Looking good, gentleman. Well, very excited about the horses, I can tell you that much. We'll come back and do some more cooking later. Let's go see these beautiful horses again. Looks a little rigid. I like electricity. Safe zone. Horses. Double saddles. Single saddles. Purchasing of saddles at ranch. Large and small ranch have been confirmed. A new safe zone. It's all here. And it's going to happen in July. Testing stage and branch. We're very excited for it. Still no official word. So we are still definitely waiting to see if it's going to be this week or the next. So we'll definitely let you know when it does happen. So I do have to cut the stream short here. I'm sorry. We should be back on later tonight with some more stream action. So stay tuned for that. We should also have a Rust video later on this afternoon. If you are down with that, consider subscribing. If you enjoyed yourself, be sure to drop a like. Sorry for the short stream. I just tried to squeeze something in real quick in the morning. So hopefully you guys have a fantastic and productive day, and we'll see you hopefully later on tonight. Okay, good night, or good night. What am I saying? Have a good afternoon. Have a good day. I'm always doing it at nighttime. I'm so confused. All right, we'll see ya. Thanks for hanging.